So, you've probably seen those gurus, right? The flashy ads promising the secret sauce to Amazon riches, but it's always behind some crazy expensive paywall. Well, forget all that. Today, we're diving into a clear, step-by-step guide on how to actually start an Amazon business, and it's all based on real-world success.
Yeah, we're just going to cut right through all that noise. There's no paywall here, no email sign up, nothing. This is all based on the real story of a single mom who built $1 million business literally during her kids' nap times. We're going to show you exactly how she pulled it off.
First things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What even is FBA? It stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. Basically, you find the product, you get it to an Amazon warehouse, and that's it. They take over. They store it, pack it, ship it, and even handle the customer service nightmares. And here's the magic part. You get that shiny Prime badge on your product. And let's be real, that's where almost everyone clicks buy. Okay, so the big question, right? Is it too late to get into this game? And look, it's definitely more crowded now, but the demand, it's just getting bigger and bigger. The old way of just tossing a random product up there, yeah, that's dead. But the strategy we're about to break down for you, this is what's working right now. Get this, over 3,000 new sellers are jumping on Amazon every single day. So what does that tell you? It means you can't just show up with something boring or generic. You've got to have a unique idea and a real strategy to stand out from that crowd. And that all starts with finding your golden product. This part is without a doubt the most important step. And honestly, it all comes down to finding that golden product. We're going to follow the story of Mindy Bai here, because she literally turned let's just say a messy potty training disaster with her daughter into a product that's now pulled in over $2.5 million. It's an amazing story.
So when it comes to finding an idea, you've basically got two paths you can go down. First, there's the passion product. This is what Mindy did with her potty time adventures. It's where you solve a real problem that you are having. You scratch your own itch. Then you have the data-driven path. This is where you use tools to find what people are desperately searching for, but nobody's selling yet. Think carnivore electrolytes. Weird, right? But the data showed a huge demand with zero supply.
Now, it doesn't matter if your idea comes from a moment of passion or from a spreadsheet. The next step is totally non-negotiable. You can't just go with your gut feeling on this one. You have to validate it. Using a tool, something like Helium 10, Minnie found out that almost 40,000 people a month were looking for potty training stuff just like what she was dreaming up. Now that is validation. That's when you know you've hit on something real.
And while you're checking your idea, keep this price range in your head, $15 to $85. That's the sweet spot. Why? Well, go any lower, and Amazon's fees will just eat you alive. There's no profit. Go any higher, and it stops being an impulse buy. People start hesitating, they shop around, and you lose the sale.
Okay, second magic number. Keep your product under 1 pound. The reason is super simple. FBA fees are all about weight and size. Heavier product, higher fees. And those fees come straight out of your pocket. So keep it light.
All right, so you've got your idea. It's validated, you know the price and weight are right. Now comes the part that scares a lot of people, actually getting the thing made. But don't worry, we'll break it down.
You've really got two main routes here. Now, for most things, gadgets, toys, whatever, you'll probably look at a site like Alibaba to find a manufacturer overseas. But, and listen up, this is a huge deal. If you're selling anything people eat, drink, or put on their skin, like supplements or lotions, you have to source that in the US. Use a site like ThomasNet. It's all about safety and regulations. Don't mess around with this one. So if you do go with Alibaba, please treat this like your Bible. These are not suggestions. You have to use trade assurance. That protects your money. Only deal with verified suppliers. Reach out to a lot of them, like 20 or 30, to get a feel for things. And for the love of everything, always order samples from your top 3 choices before you place a big order. Seriously, don't skip a single one of these steps. Okay, the factory is making your stuff. The first shipment is on its way. It's launch time. And your launch, man, it is everything. Those first few sales are like a signal to the big Amazon algorithm. It tells Amazon, hey, people want this. And it'll start showing your product to more and more people, basically for free.
I know the whole launch thing sounds super complicated, but it really just comes down to these 3 things. Step 1, set up your professional seller account. It costs about $40 a month, and it's basically your digital storefront on Amazon. Step 2, write your product listing. And this is all about keywords, which we'll get to in just a sec. And step 3, you create a shipping plan to get your boxes to an Amazon warehouse. Once they have it, they do their Prime magic, and you're in business.
So, I mentioned keywords. You're probably wondering what a good, keyword-stuffed title actually looks like. Well, here you go. This is Mindy's actual title. Yeah, it's a mouthful, right? It's not pretty, it's not poetry, but it's not meant for you and me. It's written for the Amazon search engine. It's like a giant net designed to catch every single possible phrase a parent might type when they're desperate for a potty training solution. Okay, so at this point, you have the complete playbook. You know what to do, but honestly, knowing what not to do is just as important, maybe even more so. So now I want to walk you through the 3 biggest, most painful mistakes Mindy made so you can just skip them.
Her first big mistake was a painful one. A $5,000 lesson right at the very beginning.
It was all about quality control, or a lack of it. She trusted her first manufacturer to just keep making good products, but over time, these little defects started showing up. A cracked piece here, a misprint there, and boom, the bad reviews started rolling in. And on Amazon, bad reviews are a death sentence for sales. The lesson here is huge. Never, ever assume the quality will stay the same. You have to check. Break your big orders into smaller batches. Do your own quality control checks, constantly. All right, mistake number 2 was even bigger. This one was a whopping $40,000 mistake. A classic trap that so many new sellers fall into. See, she thought it was a genius move. She spent a ton of money on licensing deals to put famous characters like Peppa Pig on her charts. You know, a guaranteed hit, right? Wrong. What she found was kind of amazing. People actually liked her own unique, original designs more. The lesson? Don't be afraid to bet on yourself and your own creativity. It can be way more powerful than just slapping a famous character on a generic product. And that brings us to the 3rd and final mistake. This was the big one. I mean, this one cost her $200,000. It almost destroyed her entire business, and it's probably the most important lesson in this entire story. You see, before she created Potty Time Adventures, her first business was selling, well, simple, generic stuff. And it was going okay until one day, Amazon Basics, Amazon's own brand, launched basically the exact same products for half the price. And just like that, overnight, her business was crushed, gone. This is the ultimate takeaway. You can't win long-term with a generic product that anyone can copy. The only way to protect yourself, your only real competitive advantage, is to build a brand around a unique product that you are truly passionate about, something that's yours.
So there you have it. You've seen the whole journey from a simple idea born out of frustration to a multi-million-dollar business. You've even learned from the expensive mistakes so you don't have to make them. The path is actually pretty clear when you break it down. So really, there's only one question left to ask yourself. The one right there on the screen. Your unique product is out there somewhere. What's it going to be?